Hello lovelies, I'm back today with a bit of repairing for this lovely journal. I've decided I want to get these edges done on both sides, especially this one where I had a big rip. So I'm just going to grab my paper pack, which I still haven't got ready because I knew it was on the top. Oh, and I've just dropped it all over the floor in true me style. So this was the paper pack I used, and I'm thinking that I will probably use a little bit of this, or maybe a plain colour. Yeah, I don't want to use the same, so I'm just going to grab a piece of this one that we used on the cover, throw that on the floor, there we go, and I better just take that top off. Oops. And I'm just going to do a little repair. I'm going to get all the lovely coloured laces and things out. And yeah, we're just, in fact, I'll trim that because that's going to leave a perforated edge, which I don't want. So let's shove that right up there. Just trim that off. And then I probably want about, let's see, a good 2.5 inches there, just to cover that over. So I'm just going to trim that and see if that's enough. Grab that off. Yeah, that should be fine. So you can see I'm just kind of matching in the different papers that I've used. So I'm going to trim one more at 2.5 just here, do that front part. Okay, so I've got two pieces that are 2.5, and now I need to just kind of, I think it was 8.5, isn't it, the length of the height of this one. And then we need to do something about those corners that are getting a bit jaggy. Yeah, that was 8.5, so I'm just going to trim this down. Kind of laying a bit wonky on my desk, but it's fine, we can cope. Let's have it up that way. There we go, 8.5, just take it just under, and we'll just trim that off. Okay, so all I'm going to do, obviously I've got a bit of a lip here. I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to cover it over with some lace and things. All I'm going to do is create a little thing there. Not worried about any creases that I've made that are a bit wibbly. We're just going to put this 3-in-1 down and get this covered. This paper is not the best one for folding or creasing. It's a little bit sensitive to that. It kind of, you get the white bit showing through. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to just make sure I've folded that nicely. Yeah, it's already ripped, but that's okay. We're going to cover it over. So I'm just going to pop that in that piece there, ignoring that naughty bit that tore. And then I'm going to just go over with my 3-in-1 all the way down this piece, and I'm just going to glue that down there. As I say, I'm not worried about this little tear here. I'm about to cover that in some beautiful paper. This is just kind of background. There we go. So that's the first bit done. Let me grab my second piece and try and bend that a little bit better than it was. Okay, let's try and fold a little bit there. Let's see if I can get it in the dip without tearing it. Let's see. It's a bit wide. No, I'm not going to have to stick my finger down there and kind of do it with my finger without messing it up. There we go, that's fine. And again, I'm just going to take these out, and I'm just going to put some glue down here. And honestly, you won't know that you changed the spine and that it was a bit of a mess up. You just won't see it. So do not worry about that. I'm just going to butt that up to my pages. 3-in-1 is a bit more forgiving, so I suggest you use a glue that you can move around before it completely sticks. It just helps a little bit with the, you know, getting it in the right place when you're doing something like this. So I'm just going to glue that down. Plenty of glue. You don't want anything moving now. We've changed our spine, we're quite happy with it. I'm just going to run my finger down there again, press that down. There we go. A little bit of movement, a little bit of glue on there, that's fine. And you can see already I've got a much neater cover than I had before. I've covered up all that mess and we're all sorted. So I'm going to grab my lace, and I've got cream, white and gold here, so that's what I'm going to go for. Just going to use my ruler again just to get right down in that crease, because I can see it just kind of moving slightly. I don't think we need to do it on this side because it already tore a little bit, so we'll just make sure that's in there. Yeah, it was just this one. So I'm just going to push that down, and then let's have a quick look at what we have in here that we can use. So I have this really beautiful thick lace that a friend gave me, which I could finish off using. I've got this lovely one, which was also gifted to me by a friend, which has sunflowers on it, which is quite thin. So that might be quite a nice one to use. Or we could just go for some thin ones, because, you know, this isn't looking too bad now. I have some very pretty flowers, although I tend not to use those for... look at those, they're beautiful. I don't tend to use those for filling in. Got some more flowers. This one is particularly pretty. Let's move those out of the way. Oh, I think I am loving that. That's a really pretty lace, and that would cover up any pieces that I didn't like. So I think we'll start with that. Let's trim up this end and make it nice and straight to start with. And just going to cut that piece so it fits there. Okay, let's just make sure that's... So I want to cut it about where that flower is. Okay. Whoop. And we're going to grab that our Fabri-Tac, aren't we? Again, I think this is the unopened Fabri-Tac, because I can't lay my hands on the other one at the minute. I think it's all covered up with things. Let's quickly grab this one. Oh, there we go. Take that lid off. I actually did this once and spilt the whole thing over my trousers. It was not good. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue. Let's see where that piece touches yet. I'm just going to put a little line of glue. This will come out. Have I got a... Nope. I might have something in the lid. Nope. Oh, there's a little bit of plastic. Look, it's still left behind. So I'm having problems. Oh, sticky fingers. Sticky thumb. Okay, let's put a little bit of Fabri-Tac all the way down here. That piece of lace is going to go. Let's start with that. Okay. I don't mind it sticking out slightly, because this is going to have lots of different laces throughout the and trims throughout the book. I just haven't put them all on yet, and you'll see me do that in another video as well. Now I'm going to just take a little bit of glue on here where this flower is, and a bit there, and a bit there. Bit there. I quite like my laces to feel a little loose, you know, to move a little bit. I don't like them to be completely stuck. There's a little bit of movement there. I quite like that. So just turn this one round, and I'm just going to go over these ends. A little bit heavy-handed on that one, and we'll just go along here. Make sure that's stuck down. So you can see there's a little bit of movement, and I quite like that with my lace. I don't like it to be kind of all glued and stuck down. I like to have a bit of movement in it. There we go. Let's make sure that's going to be stuck. Okay, and then we'll do the other side. Grab that piece of lace again. Do it the same way as we did before. Again, I'll have a little bit of lace sticking out. It's fine. And again, just a small line of Fabri-Tac going all the way down. Pop that on. There we go. So, you know, make mistakes. Don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes are good because then you'll find ways of problem solving and getting everything to look nice again. Never worry about your mistakes. They're always worth making. I don't know if that was the right way or the wrong way. I can never tell with these laces, can you? So again, just fit where those flowers are. A little bit along this edge, and then a little bit along here, a little bit along that edge, and down we go. And if, you know, if anything sticks out, I'll just put a little bit more glue. There we go. That's nice and loose. It's not, you know, stuck really down hard. I've got loads of glue on my fingers. Okay, so I'm going to put that one away. And then I'm going to see if there's anything else I'd like to add to that. So many pretty laces that I'm just not using. So you can see there's still a bit of movement and it's kind of quite tactile, which I like. Now I have this one. I have quite a lot of this. Oops, sorry guys. So I'm just going to use, I might use a little bit of this to go just inside. Because that does look quite pretty. It does cover up a lot though. It covers up that fine lace. So maybe we need something else. It's kind of looking at different colours. You might all be shouting, no, it's brown. But every now and then, just having something a bit different, instead of just going for the pink, does actually work. And I do like that. Yep, I'm going to go for that. Because I can just hear you going, oh no, I don't want to put that there. But there is some brown in this paper, very dark green and brown, so it does actually work. So I'm just thinking we'll have that running along there. So again, I'm just going to go ahead with the Fabri-Tac and run a big bead of glue alongside the other lace. I like to sometimes match a little bit of the patterns, so I don't like to cover things that I don't need to cover. So I'm just going to move that up there. I'm just going to have that alongside. There we go. So again, just, you know, that different colour, that contrast can sometimes work really, really well. And again, you know, I wouldn't necessarily stick all that down. I'm going to see how it looks when I've finished. Just make sure that's not going to stick to anything. Let's put the back of this paper in there. That way would be better. There we go. And I'll do the same on this side with this beautiful piece of lace. Again, we'll just cut it there. Some more of a scrap now, so I'll put that in my scrap box. And I'll just run a bead of glue down here. Oops. In a semi-straight line. And we'll make sure this is the right way around. We'll try that way. That looks okay-ish. I think that's the right way around. Okay. Put that there. And now, see, I quite like the fact that that will kind of move. And it looks really pretty like that. So I think we'll leave that one there. And as you can see, we can still put a little piece of lace here. I have got, in fact, let's do that. I think what we'll do, just to cover this, can you see this brown piece at the bottom? We can easily cover that too. I'll just use a scrap and place that here. And then everything is completely covered up and we're back to it being beautiful again. No harm, no foul. Okay, I think that goes that way. So there we go. So just covered up that piece of brown paper that was sticking out. Just make sure I've got enough glue where that needs to be. Another little dibble there. And we'll just let that dry for a bit, okay? Because obviously that's quite a delicate piece and I don't want that riding up. Okay, leave that there. And then we can do the same the other side. which I will do now. Just move that gently. And do the same at the top of the book here. And there's just always ways out of a mistake. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there, right the way across. And again, I'm just going to place that there and let that stick. I'm going to grab my scissors and just push that down. There we go. Okay, we're going to let that dry, and I will come back to you when it's nice and dry, and then we'll look at the front cover. Okay, that's stuck really well. So now we have these two little floral pieces that stick out of our journal at the front and the bottom. You can see they look quite cute there, don't they? And there's just lace sticking out. Oh, I'll show you. And again, it doesn't really matter that it's kind of a bit messy and sticking out. You know, if you wanted to trim this, you know, you could. If you wanted to. I quite like it scruffy. But I'll trim it for you guys. So you could just trim this off if you want to. I'd still leave a little bit sticking out, kind of give it a bit of something different. So I'll just trim this one and trim that bit off there. But you know, you could just leave them sticking out. Depends what kind of journal you want, if you're going for shabby chic or a bit neater or whatever. So I'm quite happy with this one. This one is just kind of flapping there rather beautifully. And this one at the back here. So let's have a look at the front. So the first thing you need to do is we're going to put that eyelet in. So before I do anything else, I'm going to grab my Crop-A-Dile, which is somewhere around here. And I probably should have done it before I put these on, but it's okay, we can manage. And I'm just going to make a couple of holes. So I just need to poke out the paper that's in there. Have we got paper? Or is it just stuck in that hole? See if I can grab it. Oh, yeah, we've got a little bit of paper stuck. How do you even get that out? Okay, not sure. Does it need emptying? It seems to be stuck in here. I don't know. Okay, we'll deal with that one later. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck this under. And I'm going to go up as far as I can with my Crop-A-Dile. And I'm just going to make a hole. Oh, I'm doing the wrong bit, aren't I? Silly. Not even doing the right piece. Right, so we'll just do it here. Okay. And the same on the other side. Have I made a hole in the lace? No, that's really good. Just suddenly thought I need to be a bit careful with that lace because I didn't want to make a hole in it. And another one there. Okay, and now I have two holes in my book, and I'm just going to put in 2 eyelets so that I can then string some elastic. Let's see, eyelets. Those are some small ones. Here we go. Go for these nice chunky ones. Let's see, what colour do we want? I think I will probably go for the copper. One of my favourites. Apparently it wants me to do gold. Okay, should we do gold? Should I change? I never do gold. Okay, let's do some gold. Let's try that. Covered in glue now. Okie dokie, so same thing again. Turning it to one side. Wrong way round. Oh. Pop it in that way, that's it, that's much better. Okay, and then I'm going to avoid this this piece of lace and clamp that together. Oh, my lace nearly got caught, and that's, oh, that hasn't gone through very well, so let's try that again. I've got the right ones on. Yes, I have. Oh dear, I don't know what's happened there. That's gone very, very wibbly. Can you see? I'm going to have to get my little hammer out, I think. Okay, it's probably me. I'll have to just hammer that out. That's fine. I've got a little hammer somewhere. Let's just make sure we've got the right ones on. I wonder if I've got the wrong ones in place. Let's look. Yes, I have. That's why I'm having problems. So I need B1 and I've got no, I've got B4. That's probably why. No, what have I got? No, I have got B1. Okay. B1. No, I'm right. Okay. It's not just me then. Let's pop that in. Move this out of the way. Make sure I've got it the right way around, which I have. Get that in there and squeeze. Did that one go better? Oh, it did, much better. It's just this one that's a little bit gone a little bit wibbly. Might try it just one more time. See if I can get that to go where I need it to go. Let's try that again. Oh, that felt a bit better. Ooh. Oh yes, much better. That's all flattened. I don't have to hammer it now. Right, so we've got 2 eyelets there, which I want. I'm going to actually snip this off because for some reason this is getting, let's see, what could I use? I'm just wondering whether this would work. I kind of just do a little lip there. There we go, that's a bit better. And then I can put some thread through here, and then I can put some more pages in a second. And what I will do is put a little bit of lace down the centre and kind of make that look very pretty, which we will do. Okay, let's grab some thread from somewhere. I have some white, which would work really well, I think. So I'm just grabbing some white thread. You could use brown or whatever you have on hand. And normally I kind of stretch out my thread to see what I would need. So I'm going to try and do it with this bit, like so. And all we're going to do is I'm going to thread it through on this side, or if you want it to go into the center. Let's see, which way do I want it to go? Yeah, let's go in. Let's have it coming out the back in case we want to use that elastic to create a charm. Don't think I do, but we shall give us the option. And I'm just going to poke this part through, like there. Whoop. Like that. Flip it over. Oh, bashing you all. And then I'm going to tie that off nice and tightly, like so. This is always tricky. And what I do is I put my middle finger down and then I use my other fingers to poke this through in a bow start, if you know what I mean. Let's cross over. Oh, there we go. That may still be a bit loose. That's not too bad. Okay. I'm just going to tighten that, guys, because it's not quite as tight as I would like it. Okay, I had to actually undo that with a pin, because if you get your pin under the loop, you can pull out a little bit of the elastic. That's nice and tight now. That's a lot better than it was. Okay, so I've tightened that one. I've checked to make sure that it's not on a sharp part of my oh goodness, eyelet, because otherwise, you know, it could cut the elastic. So I've just checked that as well. So I'm quite happy with that. Okay, so I'm really loving the brown. I'm thinking that I can decorate this with something afterwards. So for now, I'm going to look at really decorating this front. So I'm just taking some scruffy flowers for a start. I do like those. I also have some of this. I don't have a huge amount of cream, although I do have this really wide ribbon. And I do have this rather thick, beautiful lace that my friend gave me. So that one might be a good one to mix with this to make it really beautiful. And I'm wondering if on this one I will want some kind of, I might just bring that round actually. So I'm just going to, let's see, I'm just going to cut this off at about the right height. Let's see, sort of. Just going to straighten that a little bit. And I'm just going to put this here, but I think I'm going to have it sort of coming from this side here. I think that's how I'm going to do this. So let's get that on with the Fabri-Tac. Come on, Fabri-Tac. Let's see how far that goes over. We can always, let's see. Yeah, put that there. So that's where it's going to rest with my Fabri-Tac. I'm just going to move it up slightly. And then I'm just going to put this piece down, moving these strings out of the way in case I do want to use them. Okay, I'll pop that down, take out any other little pieces that are showing. There we go. So that is, just making sure that's not going to go wibbly there. That's my first piece of lace down. Just going to glue it down here because it's rising up and going a bit wonky. Let's take a little bit there. There we go. It's not particularly straight because it's not that type. It is that type of lace that moves, but I'm okay with that. As we're going to layer it, we're going to put other things. Don't like the peach in that, so I'm thinking fluffy flowers might be the way to go. It's just whether I put one or two on. Just cut one off and see how it looks. I kind of like the one, I think. So I think we're going to put that, where would we put it? Up here. Let's move you up so you can see. Move that down. That's a bit better. I'm just wondering if this one could go up here with a little journal nameplate, or in the centre even, might look quite pretty. Yeah, I like the centre. I'm going to go for that. There we go. Get all that gunk off my glue while I'm at it. I'm just going to put that in the centre. Get that down. And let's see what else we have. That's white, so that's not going to be any good. I have a creamy one with lilac, and I'm thinking that would look really pretty along the bottom here. So let's just trim that one off. I'm going to grab the Fabri-Tac and get that down straight away because this one does fray, and I know it frays because I've used it before. I'm just going to bring that down just over the edge. And I'm going to bring that all the way around, I think, to the back of the book. So let's just get some Fabri-Tac on here and get going with this piece. There we go. There, perfect. I hope you can see that, guys. Sorry, I'm off camera again. I'm just going to come round and go across. Like so. And I'm just going to leave that hanging there because I want to put the same bit on the back. So we're just going to leave that like that and put the same piece of lace on the back here. Let's see, this time I'm going to make sure that's nice and straight. I'm just going to put that piece there. Okay. I've glued all of that book up, and I'm just going to That's not the bit, is it? This is the bit. Grabbing the wrong piece. I'm just going to put that there. And bring that over and down. Actually, let's just take that up. I think this bit might be a little bit better, like so. And I'll just bring this down over the book and trim that edge off in a moment. I'm just going to put a bit of glue under here. There we go. And I'm just going to trim this piece off. There we go. And then we'll bring this piece of lavender lace over the top here. Okay, like so. Off camera again, it's quite tricky. And I'm just going to trim that there. Whoops. And get that glued down quite quickly because it frays. Okay, there we go. Brilliant. So that's the basis of my book done. My front. Stick that down. And that's coming up. So the side there, you can see I've got this pretty lace, and then the flower at the front, and just a little bit of lilac. I wonder if we've got enough lilac to go at the top there. I'm not entirely sure. Lilac is on the floor. I don't think I have, but I may have. Let's see. See if I've just got, oh my goodness, look at that. Just enough. Just enough. Lovely. So I'm just going to, again, I'm going to go along here. Put a little bit of glue on there. And I'm going to arrange the same beautiful trim with a little snip. It's already fraying at the top here. There we go. Lovely. Very, very pretty. And again, the same thing over this side. Whoop. Hope you can see me, guys. I'm having to come off camera a little bit. So I'm just going to bring that over. Like so, and down, and we're just going to go across. Take that little bit of fluff out, which is stuck to the corner of my book. Oh, I've got a slightly dodgy piece of lace there, but that's okay. We'll just snip. That's fine. We can cope. Nothing's perfect in the shabby chic world. Another little bit of glue there. Let's get that down. Okay, let's see which way up we are now. Yes, perfect. So there we go. So far we've got that beautiful lilac and that very pretty vintage cream lace on there. So that's lovely. Yes, I'm very happy with that. Not bad at all. Very pretty. So let's see what else we have in my box of tricks. So I have a beautiful piece of ribbon here, and I have a piece of cord. So I just need to decide what's actually going to hold my book together. Whether I'm going to put a fastener on it or whether I'm going to, I just think we need to glue that a little bit, I think, because that's going to fray. I'm just going to glue the ends of the book here, because you can probably see I have a little bit of a problem with some lace fraying. So all I do is I bring the ends together like so on my book, kind of stick them so they don't, you know, fray too much. There we go, that one there. And we'll do the others in a sec. So it's just whether I'm going to put some ribbon around this. I think I will, so we'll leave that one out. And I'm wondering if I want to take that flower and put there. Wrong colour though, really is the wrong colour. Let's see what else we have. I have some cream here. That's got some pink in it. Some more cream lace there. I have this peachy colour, that's no good. I have some pearls, which again are peachy. Not so sure about that. That does look very pretty going along there though. They do fall off quite easily though, these pearls. They're a little bit of a disaster for gluing. You can probably see, just about hold that one there and glue that down. It's very pretty. I quite like that. Right, let's go for it. Let's put that one down. Got plenty of the pearl, so we'll just go for it and put that down as well. I'm just going to move that there. Going to trim this here. Again, I need to glue this down.